Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds to go. Start. In our case, research and development funding is only 15% from the private sector. Why is everything dependent upon the government? Having heard our Prime Minister's speech, we should expect that this government should be reaching out much more to infuse more funding into our NITs and IITs. When we lost our position in the government, we were working on research and innovation bill which would have allowed the setting up of some 14 universities purely for research and innovation, including in the private sector, or funding on a PPP mod, or even on a sole ownership mod. Please look at this bill again and see if we would like to revive it. The honest truth is, your diagnosis is right that we need more innovation, we need more research, but we are yet to see a convincing prescription for that diagnosis. You also need to prescribe a solution that takes into account these ideas. Considering that the NIT in Andhra Pradesh has already been functioning for 1 year, I have to say to you, Mr. Minister, that even its website does not inspire confidence. Please have a look at it. For example, the section on faculty has just 2 lines. You are saying that faculty for the new institute will be taken initially under ad hoc basis. Some senior faculty member superannuated from IITs and NITs also will be taken. In addition to this, faculty members from the Mentoring Institute and IT Warangal will be taking classes, both theory and lab, on a regular basis. This is the entire website listing on faculty at NIT that you have just asked us to approve. This, Mr. Deputy Speaker, is where our children's future is being crafted. This is where tomorrow's leaders are being told to dream their dreams. I ask you, Mr. Minister, are we doing them justice? Is it any wonder that 82% of our country's engineering graduates are ending up in professions that do not require an engineering degree? What is the government doing to align the establishment of educational institutions like this NIT that we are approving today with market research, so that we know what employers are looking for before we push our children through an engineering degree? Let us see what they want. Where is the need? What kind of engineers do we want in India, or what do employers want? What does the government want, and what does the future want? Is the government creating NITs within a framework that aligns education with employment, and both with the country's needs? Where is our value addition? What can we do that others are not doing better than us and with more money than us? What is happening to our engineering graduates, sir? Mr. Deputy Speaker, I must tell you, last month the Madhya Pradesh Police Department advertised 14,000 constable posts. 9 lakh candidates applied for these Madhya Pradesh Police Department post, for which there were 10,000 engineering graduates. They want to be constables in Madhya Pradesh because the fact is we are releasing graduates into an ecosystem that does not know how to use them. We have talent in our country, but we do not know how to mold it, how to put it forward. We need to change the ecosystem, and that includes providing innovation, including incentives. I was very interested to learn from Professor Maslekar that he is now giving out of his own money an annual prize for innovation. I know you know him well. The prize in the first year was won by a young man who actually targeted a real need in our country. As you know, we have something like 15 million people who go blind because of preventable blindness. Most of this could be prevented by a simple eye test for glaucoma early on so that they can catch in time. For that, you need drops which will dilate your eyes and you cannot see clearly for the rest of the day or for several hours. Most of these poor Indians are daily wage workers. They cannot afford to lose a day's wage, so they avoid the test because they cannot afford not to have their eyesight for a day. So this man invented a test for glaucoma that does not require dilation of the eyes, and now poor people can go for the test. Maslekar Sahib said this is where we should give prizes for innovation that is targeting the needs of our country's people. I would urge you, Mr. Minister, that the ministry itself should come up with a national level incentive like this to encourage more innovation in the NITs, IITs, and elsewhere. Finally, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I am not opposing this bill. My party and I want more higher education institutions to open their door to India's young people who are hungry for education. But we all want these additional institutions to be solid, to be well equipped with teachers and resources, and to produce quality learning outcomes so that their graduates can go confidently into the world where their skills can command good prospects in the employment market. Stop.